All right, guys, get some NBA picks and props for Sunday, March 3rd slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went 1-0 yesterday. That's because I gave out the Brooklyn Nets on the money line going up against the Atlanta Hawks. And the Nets, they won this game by 12 points. It was a no-sweat bet. They honestly controlled this game after halftime, and they entered the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead and just cruised.
Yeah, I had the Heat -7 at home against the Utah Jazz. They won this game by 6 points out of -7. They didn't play 1 ounce of defense. They allowed 120 points. The NBA right now is an absolute shit show on the defensive side. So an 0-1 day for myself there. Trey, let's go to the props for tomorrow. Have you started us off over there?
Yeah, then I got a win over here as well. We swept the board on the props. I gave out Mikal Bridges over 20.5 points going up against that same Hawks team. And Bridges, he had one of his best games of his career, definitely best game of the season, finished with 38 points. He shot 26 times and shot over 50% from the field. He was just elite on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I also had a 1-0 day. I had Nikola Jokic over 49.5 PRAs. He had 35 points in that game against the Lakers, did it all for them. 10 rebounds, 7 assists, so he did go over the 49.5 number. 2-0 day on the props. We swept there. Let's go to the group play from yesterday. I couldn't do it anymore with the Lakers. I took the Nuggets. You took the Lakers. I take the win with the Nuggets. Lakers blew it in the second half like they always do. Let's go to the group play for tomorrow. Good game here, and I'm gonna be taking the cheese again. Boston -11 at home, over under 231.5. I'm taking the Warriors +11. These teams are playing really good basketball. The Warriors have been great recently. I've talked about them a ton. At home for Boston, I get it. They're one of the best teams in the NBA already. They're even better at home, but I'm taking the points. Steph Curry's playing great basketball right now. I'm going to take the points +11. Where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go with the Celtics here. I backed them last time that I think they were -9.5, maybe in double digits whenever we were taking them against the Mavericks. But I have to take the Celtics here in this game. They're at home, and that's all basically I need to know. These two teams, they've already played once this year, and it was at Golden State and the Warriors. They did win that game in overtime, but looking at the box score, it looked like Kristaps Porzingis did not play in that game. And I feel like he is going to be a massive pivotal piece in this game for the Boston Celtics. There's really nobody that the Warriors can throw out on him, the size that he has, the shooting that he has. Maybe they're going to throw out Draymond Green, but at the end of the day, who are they going to throw out on Jason Tatum? So I love the Celtics here in this game. I feel like it's going to be a role here. The Celtics, their offense is just elite. They have so many scorers that they can attack at so many different levels, and their defense is what is underrated. Drew Holiday, he's just flying underneath the radar. They're going to throw Drew Holiday probably on Steph Curry, and who else do we have to worry about? Nobody.
All right, we will split. You got Boston, I've got the Warriors. Let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be breaking down this Philadelphia 76ers going up against Dallas Mavericks game, and this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. Both teams, they've had great seasons so far. The 76ers, they come this game with a 34-25 record. They're also 32-27 ATS. Philadelphia, they're 15-12 on the road this year. And the Mavericks, they entered this game with a 34-26 record, and they're 32-28 ATS. In Dallas, they're 18-13 at home this year. So these two teams, they've had very similar seasons so far, but one team's going up and another team is going down. And these two teams, they've already played once this year in Philly. And the Mavericks, they won that game by 16 points. These teams, they have a lot of different similarities, but those similarities run out whenever we look at the injury report. Dallas, they have 0 people on their injury report. Meanwhile, the 76ers have Kelly Oubre and KJ Martin already questionable for this game, and Melton, Covington, and Embiid are all already ruled out. That's a lot of the 76ers bench, and also Joel Embiid ruled out for this game. That's no bueno. I fully expect the Dallas Mavericks to control this game. I'm going to buy a half point. I'm going to take them at -7.5 in this game. Guys, this is a simple math equation for me. I have to believe that the Mavericks can hit their average here in this game and score around 120 points. I'm not so sure that the 76ers can score 110 points to cover this number, because over their last 6 games, Philly, they're only averaging 103.6 points per game. That is no bueno. If they barely crack triple digits, the Mavericks, they're going to run away with this game. And the only time that Philly scored over 104 points over their last 3 weeks was against the Charlotte Hornets. And I expect this Dallas team to put the clamps on in this game, and we should look for Luka and Kyrie to sauce it up on the offensive end. Unless Tyrese Maxey scores 40-plus points, this game's going to be a blowout, in my opinion. Give me the Mavericks here, -7.5 against the 76ers.
Yeah, Trey, like to play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Clippers traveling to take on the Timberwolves. I'm taking Minnesota on the money line to win this game. I've said this many times before. I think the most competitive teams right now in basketball besides the Celtics are the New York Knicks and the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they're the only two teams that I've seen play defense this year. Defense is actually still part of basketball. It's half of the game. I know that nobody plays defense anymore, but these two teams do, and that's why I'm backing them, especially when we're getting them at home. The Timberwolves have been dominating this series over the last 4 games, winning 4 consecutive outright and covering the spread in 4 consecutive against the Clippers. They took the last game just 15 days ago by 21 points at the Clippers, only allowing 100 points in that game. And the Minnesota Timberwolves have actually held the Clippers under 105 points in 3 consecutive meetings. That's what I'm talking about. That's the defense that I'm looking for in this game. But the Timberwolves at home, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. I will easily take them to win this game straight up against the Clips. Also, I know a lot of people don't like Russell Westbrook, but he's going to be out for an extended time with that broken hand. Might mess with the second team just a little bit. Something to think about, a link in the chain there. I love the Timberwolves here as the play straight up. Give me Timberwolves on the money line as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be going with Kristaps Porzingis. I just talked about him, and I think he's going to be a difference maker. I'm going to be taking him to go over 28.5 PRs going up against the Warriors. He is questionable for this game, but his line did drop, so I am expecting him to play. If he does not play, I love just taking Derek White's over points. It looks like that's set at 12.5, so I love that as well. But if Porzingis plays, I really love this over for Porzingis because we're going to see him dominate all over the court. And I believe that for a few reasons. We're getting a lot of juicy trends working for us in this pick. The first trend is that this is a home game for Kristaps. And in his 21 home games this season, Porzingis, he's averaging 20.6 points and 7.2 rebounds per game. That comes out to 27.8 PRs, which is right at this number. But I feel like we're going to see Porzingis kick it in a little bit extra in this game. That's because of his matchup here versus the Warriors. Porzingis, he loves playing against Golden State. They push the pace, and that allows Kristaps to dominate the stat sheet. Over his last 4 games versus the Warriors, Porzingis, he's averaging 28.5 points and 7.3 rebounds per game. That comes out to an average of 35.8 PRs per game. And Porzingis, he's hit the over 28.5 PRs in every single one of those games. I expect him to maybe even possibly get a 30-piece nugget here in this game and just smash this with points alone. We have to expect him to dominate here in this one. The Warriors just do not have enough length to throw out on Porzingis to make him feel uncomfortable in the painted area or in the perimeter. And that's going to be obvious here in this game. Give me Kristaps Porzingis to go over his 28.5 PRs versus the Warriors.
Yeah, Trey, I like it there. For my player prop, I'm going to take Anthony Edwards to go over his total points going up against the Clippers. I'm going with Edwards over his total points in this game because he just had a baby, and everybody knows in the next game off having a baby, your numbers always skyrocket. Has nothing to do with the matchup, has nothing to do with the Clippers defense. It has nothing to do with anything in this game besides he just had a baby just a couple of nights ago. Anthony Edwards is a very good player this season. He's scoring 26.3 points per game. He's been very effective from the field. He's shooting 46.6%, 38.1% from deep. But again, off having a kid, if he does play in this game, I love the over at home going up against the Clips. Because he's questionable playing in this game, not from an injury, but for the personal reasons, I'm going to give out a secondary play. If Edwards does not go, I'm going Steph Curry over his total points against the Boston Celtics. Curry has been dominating teams, especially from deep over the last 2 games. Going up against Boston in the Garden, electric environment, he's going to have another spectacular game. Give me Edwards over his total points. If he does not play, I'm going with Steph Curry as my player prop. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Mavericks here, -7.5 going up against the 76ers. They're the better team. They're definitely the hotter team at the moment. The 76ers, they're going down the rankings. They're almost in the play-in tournament, Bear. So they need to start winning games, but I don't think it's going to start today going up against the Mavericks. Also going with Kristaps Porzingis over 28.5 PRs versus the Warriors. If he plays, he's going to dominate. If he doesn't play, just go smash Derek White's over points.
Yeah, and I'm going with the T-Wolves on the money line at home. They're going to play great defense, win the game outright against the Clippers. And then Anthony Edwards, baby bump over 27.5 points against the Clippers. Again, he's questionable with personal reasons. If he does not play, going with Steph Curry over his total points against Boston. Guys, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Sunday, March 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,